In 1864, a certain Colonel Shivington with a regiment of volunteer Colorado cavalry had suddenly moved against a large encampment of Cheyennes and indiscriminately killed some 300 Indians. The massacre unquestionably had turned many lukewarm Indians into out-and-out hostiles. This bitterness of the Cheyennes was inflamed 2 or 3 years later when Custer led his newly formed 7th Cavalry against Black Kettle and his band in a sudden attack against their sleeping village on the Washita in Texas. The Cheyennes, who were recognized as the most brilliant Indian fighters of the plains, never forgave either Custer or his 7th Cavalry for this whirling attack on their sleeping village in the dead of winter. Another big, atrocities on both sides, clearly. I'll talk a little bit about those as well. But one of the biggest atrocities, beyond the killing of the Indians themselves, the Native Americans themselves, and those type of atrocities, was what they did with the buffaloes. Because the white man was coming and killing all the buffaloes. And I'll go to the book here. Once the buffalo, around whose existence the whole economy of the Indian was based, was killed off, the nomads had nothing to do but submit to government control and become agency Indians. Degraded, whiskey-crazed, and beaten. Only the various tribes of the Sioux and the Fighting Cheyennes refused to be broken on the wheel of civilization. A few determined leaders such as Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, Gall, American Horse, Two Moon, White Bull, Spotted Eagle, and Chief Hunk stubbornly held out against the threats and blandishments of the whites. But by the spring of 1873, they were beginning to be branded as hostiles. So that's something that I didn't focus on enough when I talked about how the Sioux and the Cheyenne kind of faded. Well, one of the main reasons that they faded was, again, they gave up their guns at a certain point, but the white man had decimated the buffaloes. And so that was their main way of survival. If you remember from Wooden Leg, that's where they lived. They lived in shelters that were made from buffalo skins. And obviously they ate buffalo all the time. Yeah. They hunted buffalo. They ate them. They made their weapons out of buffalo. Everything that they did was with buffalo. Yeah. So when the white man came in and killed all the buffalo, that put them in a real precarious situation.